Well, hello to everybody here. It's Teresa Sanderson. Very excited to connect with you today. Today, we're talking about building connection, how nurse led communities transform retention and growth. So, first of all, I want to just say thank you for being a part of my community, for tuning in to the content that I share. I absolutely appreciate you and love that you're here. So, thank you for all that you do. This is a very, very important topic, building connection and how nurse led communities can transform nursing retention and growth. And I just want to talk today about the power of community in nursing because, what if, let's imagine just for a minute, that what if the secret to thriving as a nurse was as simple as finding the right support community? What if? Okay. How could that change the landscape of staffing on your unit? How could it change the morale among your nursing team? How might it enhance the professionalism of the nurses that you work with? And on a grander scale, how might it elevate our profession entirely? Okay. This is just a quick summary of some of the benefits of nurse-led communities and how they can be useful in transforming growth and retention. So I think it's really important, now more than ever, we know that nurses tend to feel undervalued, unappreciated, many times unsupported by leadership and or by their team members, or maybe both. And so we've got to find a way to be able to support them adequately without further overwhelming our nursing leaders who consistently are pulled into staffing, right, to put out fires of short staffing, so they can't really lead. I will never fault our nursing leaders for not being able to do their jobs well when their role, in fact, has been designed for them to fail. Okay, hear me clearly on that. Our nursing leadership roles, where our nursing leaders are consistently pulled out of their roles to fill in where we have staffing gaps and staffing holes, they cannot be held at fault for not being able to lead their teams. Are you with me? And by the same token, nurses who are on the front lines, who are feeling like they don't have support of their nursing leaders and who may not be practicing to the full extent of their licensure, right on the end of excellence toward their licensure, if they've not been mentored, if they've not been, precepted, if they've not had time with leaders to fully develop them, then, can we fault them either, right, for not being able to perform at the top of their license? So we have some big issues that we need to resolve, and nursing communities, supportive nurse-led communities, can really be key to getting our arms around some of these issues and providing support to both nursing leaders and nurses in general, but without further exhausting the resources that we have in place at our facilities and healthcare organizations. Does that make sense? So again, I'm asking you to join me in this thinking today as we dare to think about doing nursing differently. That is my mantra, dare to do nursing differently. And so even thinking about a nurse-led support community that is not part of your healthcare organization as a means of supporting the nurses that you have and that you want to keep may just be an answer. Okay. So I just want to share with you how this might help, because first of all, I think we know that nurses, if they're feeling unsupported, unappreciated, undervalued, they're probably also feeling isolated. Okay. And that sense of isolation is from, I can't get answers from leadership when I need them. I look out, of my patient room to try and find support, and there's nobody there who can help me. There's nobody there who's willing to come, to help me maybe. Or I just can't find anybody because we're short-staffed again today. You see what I mean? All of this leads to isolation. And this kind of isolation can lead nurses to make poor decisions, to make do with what they have, maybe to override systems that are designed to keep us safe in practice, but maybe we don't feel we have time for it. Do you see what I mean? We have systemic issues that are affecting nurses and that are also affecting patient care, quality of care, and patient safety. So we have to begin looking for new alternatives, right? New alternatives and new solutions. We've got to stop or stem the isolation that nurses feel. We need to be able to put a stop to that and let them feel like I do have community. I do have a place where I can go to find answers and solutions and talk through things that happen to me during my day that might make me feel like I want to quit. But if I have the support of talking to someone who might support me and how I can resolve this and how I can advocate for myself, you just might be able to keep a nurse. Do you see what I mean? But we have to begin by being willing to dare to do nursing differently and being willing to stare in the face the shortcomings that we have. All right? Because none of this would be happening. 33% of, new graduate nurses would not be abandoning their professional licensure and all they've invested in becoming a nurse, whether it's education, time, and money spent, if we were doing a great job at retaining nurses, right? 33% of new nurses would not be leaving if we were doing an excellent job of this. Okay, so clearly something needs to change. So the possibility exists then, the opportunity for a solution through nurse-led community exists as a means to support nurses without, again, further exhausting the human resources that you currently employ. Okay, so what is offered in a nurse-led peer support community? It's a safe space to grow and thrive. By not being affiliated with any employer, we become a true safe space where nurses can voice their opinions, their concerns, their ideas, their solutions. What would they love to innovate if they had the opportunity? And they don't have to have any fear of retaliation or having this come back on them in the future in any way. Okay? And the nurse-led community is more than a network, it's a lifeline. And these communities foster collaboration, they foster empowerment, and also resilience, and help nurses move from feeling burnout to feeling that they have a sense of balance. And this is going to be vitally important to create a better future for nursing, for our profession. When nurses support nurses, bottom line, the entire profession becomes stronger and more sustainable. Where we are at right now is not sustainable. Nurses have said recently in a survey that I took that they want a community that supports them both personally and professionally as a nurse so they can thrive. Nurses want to thrive. They are tired of just surviving. They are tired of pushing through. Okay? It's time for us to come to the table with real solutions to allow our nurses to not only want to survive in their roles, but thrive in their roles, and that also offer them opportunities for leadership development, for work-life balance, and access to resources, even things like mental health support and resources, so that they can serve and perform at the top of their license. Okay? Very, very important. A thriving nurse is not just a better caregiver, they're also happier and they're more fulfilled. All right? So how can you choose or how can you find a nurse-led community? I encourage you to take a look at the different communities that exist in the online space and even in an in-person type space within your community. To find a community that's right for you as an individual nurse, I would encourage you to look for a community that aligns with your personal values. What are the things that you're looking to grow and develop in? What do you want for your life? What is your vision for yourself long term as a human being and as a nurse? Can the communities that you're looking at help you grow and develop in the ways that you want to develop? Is it a community that will help you thrive both professionally and personally? Okay, look for that. Look for communities that align with your values. Look for communities that offer mentorship and collaboration opportunities and also educational opportunities. These things are vital to your growth and development. And also look for communities that prioritize holistic support of nurses, because nurses are holistic beings who provide holistic care to many. All right? We deserve to be supported holistically and seen as the wonderful unique, and holistic creatures that we are. A thriving nurse is a retained nurse. And I am super excited that we have formally launched the Thriving Nurse Network, designed to support nurses both personally and professionally so that they can thrive both in nursing and in life. I want to encourage you to click the link below this video. Check out our community. We've got a webinar coming up. You're going to find some information about that. Want to invite you to the webinar. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all of the work that you do as a nurse. I see you, I value you, and I appreciate you. See you next time. Bye-bye.